Hello and welcome to the Astral Tourist, broadcasting live from planet Earth. I've got an exciting astral adventure lined up for you today, and this time we're heading straight to the red planet Mars. This journey picks up right where I left off with my previous astral experience involving the Martian Blue Cube Probes. Okay, so this is actually number 6 in the Mars series. Parts 1 and 2 are Mars Soma and involve my interactions with a specific spear flower sky tribe. The third one in the series is Answering the Cosmic Call, where I'm interacting with a map and some really interesting astral technology on a spaceship. In the fourth one, a galactic council detours me from trying to find out more about the obelisks on Mars. And the fifth one is the close encounter with Blue Cube astral technology while I'm on Mars. And so the one I recommend that you really listen to is the one about the blue cubes, of course. And then, of course, there's this one, Blue Cube Ticket to Mars. So interacting with that technology definitely helped me out. But there are 6 in the series. Like I said, the first 2 go together. Then the third one I think is still really interesting with that cosmic call and my interactions in a map room. The Galactic Council was like, wow. And then the Blue Cube encounter. And then this one. But if you only have time for 1 or 2, then definitely think of the Blue Cube encounter as like part 1 and this one is part 2. So here we go. Let's go to Mars. It started like any other night. I was winding down, getting ready for bed. I was tired, so I wasn't sure if I'd really put much effort into trying to astral project at all. But Mars had other plans for me that night. I fell asleep, and out of nowhere, I was suddenly phased onto Mars, just like that. It was so fast. I wasn't even sure where I was at first. But one thing was clear, this place had an unmistakable vibe that I remembered from my last visits. So I had been visiting, just trying to get my energy accustomed to the place and trying to get attention, make a scene. And so I could tell just by the vibration that it was Mars. The sky was a surreal mix of peachy oranges and pastel greens. And I've never seen greens like that in the sky on other planets. Usually it's like peachy oranges, sometimes some yellows, a lot of ivory planets with ivory skies, but the greens really stood out to me. The ground beneath me was dusty, scattered with strange shrubs that looked like trees, but felt completely off. Perhaps they were some strange hybrid between the two. I was still disoriented, trying to orient myself after being transported so quickly, or phased in so quickly, I should say. I was tingling all over as I took in the alien landscape. As I took a deeper look around using the 360-degree vision we have in the astral, the colors around me became brighter and more vibrant. A river soon came into view. It had this bubbly, almost playful quality, with foam floating on top. The gravity on Mars felt light, and the sun felt incredibly strong. I could feel the intense rays charging up my astral body. But there was this river bouncing along so lightly, full of foam, at the same time. So I'm being loaded up with all of that energy. I can't even begin to explain the physics behind it, of course. I was just fascinated. And then a group of creatures appeared. At first I thought I was seeing small unicorns, but no, they were more like a cross between antelopes and ponies. Their bodies were delicate, small, and perfectly suited to the low gravity of Mars. They had a single horn protruding from the middle of their foreheads, which kind of gave off that unicorn vibe. Unlike the 2 horns you would see on Earth's antelopes. I could tell by the flatness of their chests that their bones must be incredibly thin and light. I was utterly mesmerized as they began to cross the foamy river. So first there's this river with all that foam bubbling up and the energy of the sun is pouring into me, and then here are these wonderful creatures. Just as I was trying to process what I had seen, a slender woman appeared. She was wearing a lavender fur coat, something I definitely would not expect on Mars, but somehow it felt right for her. My astral body was still buzzing from the intense sun rays. I wish I'd thought to look at myself to see what I was wearing, but I had been too fascinated by the creatures to even think about my own appearance. She introduced herself as an area guide, kind of like a docent at a museum, but on Mars. She explained that the creatures crossed the river regularly during certain seasons, and that observing their migration was an important ritual. It was a significant part of their Martian culture. As she spoke, I started to wonder, was this Mars from the ancient past? Had I time traveled to a distant era? Or was I in some parallel dimension where Mars had developed in a completely different way? I had so many questions for her, but I can't even remember what they all were anymore. How had I gotten there aside from that immediate instant phasing? Had I traveled through time? How many dimensions had I crossed? My mind was spinning. Then she said something that pretty much rocked my world. She explained that my astral signature had been registered in an astral database. That's why I was able to be there, witnessing this super important cultural event. It wasn't by chance. I had been specifically registered and chosen to be a part of that moment. Then she pointed to a series of floating blue cubes. I had seen these cubes before on a previous journey where they interacted with my astral energy body. These cubes, she told me, were my ticket to this experience. They were a form of Martian astral technology, kind of like an astral app or an Uber, connecting my astral consciousness to that precise moment in time. As I reflected on everything that had happened, I couldn't help but feel a deep sense of accomplishment, awe, and wonder. All my previous efforts to visit Mars had not been in vain. I had been trying so hard. I had been going over there to Mars so many times, and this was just blowing me away. The blue cubes, the creatures, the woman in lavender, the intense sun, and the light gravity, it felt like I'd phased into a world where the boundaries between the astral, physical time, and space simply did not exist. I was blown away to learn that my astral signature had been registered in the Martian database as well. Now that I'm definitely registered, who knows? Maybe I'll get to go visit again. I still have so many questions. Was this just a glimpse of a world far beyond our understanding? Have I uncovered a hidden layer of reality that most people will never see? I may not have all the answers yet, but one thing is certain. These journeys are opening up a whole new way of thinking about existence, time, and the connections that bind us all to the universe. I hope you enjoyed this astral journey as much as I did. If you're interested in trying your own astral travels, remember, keep your intentions clear, stay curious, and always be open to the unexpected. Who knows where your next adventure might take you? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I would love to hear about your own experiences. What strange technologies or creatures have you encountered on your astral journeys? Until next time, safe travels through the stars.